Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good night out there. So yeah, what are we doing tonight? We're gonna be getting pretty nerdy tonight, which is something I love to do. We're gonna be doing a serious tube saturation plugin comparison. We've had a lot of saturation plugins come out recently, and I'm thinking it kind of culminated yesterday with the Waves BB tubes coming out. So we're gonna do a comparison. This comparison is, and this shootout here is going to be very subjective. We're going to be working to my tastes. This isn't going to be some sort of hardcore technical comparison between the plugins. We're really going to be focusing on vibe and energy and emotion that we get out of the plugins, not the technical details. So yeah, definitely going to be a subjective comparison, and it's going to be based on my tastes. What's our other criteria for the comparison? Well, the other criteria is that it had to be a tube-based saturation plugin. And there's one outlier on the list here, and we'll get to that. But tube-based saturation plugin, and it had to not only be able to saturate, but it had to be able to push into distortion. And the reason for that is because we're going to do this as a two-stage comparison. We're going to gently saturate. We're going to get them all into a place where they just sound nice. Just some nice saturation, something that's really pleasing, and just adding a little bit of weight and a little bit of depth to things. And then we're going to push it into overdrive. We're not going to go full destructo on the second comparison, but we're going to push it into like a really pleasing overdrive position. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but we're going to find out. But we're going to push it into a pleasing overdrive. We're not going to change. We're not going to use any functions of any of these plugins that are EQ or filter based, anything like that. We're not going to wet dry anything. We're just going to leave it full on and not take advantage of any of the additional features available on these plugins. We're just listening for saturation and distortion. And we're going to use the Waves BB tubes as kind of our model that we're bouncing back and forth between. So this is kind of going to be our A, and then we're going to use all the other plugins as our B, and that might change as we go. I don't know. This is a live comparison, so I don't know where we're going to end up, but I've heard pretty much all of these plugins at some point, and I think the BB tubes, as far as like straight up saturation goes, is a very, very stunning sounding plugin and well hyped for a reason. So this is going to be our A, and then everything else is going to be our B. And that might change as we go. Who knows where we're going to end up. So what plugins made the cut here? What are we comparing? I've probably already seen some of what we're comparing. But so we got the BB tubes from Waves. Well, we got the Oven. And the Oven's the only outlier on this list, because while it is a multi-stage like saturation unit, it is not only tube based, but there is solid state aspects to this. This is the only outlier, and this thing sounds great, so it had to be in the comparison. And then we have the Diamond Dynamic Saturator, which I tried to review the other day when it came out, but the plugin was broken. The trial was broken. It was totally bugged. I couldn't get it to make any noise, so I couldn't do a live review of it. I've played around with it for about 5 or 10 minutes here before going on stream, just so I kind of know how the plugin works and if it was actually working, which it seems to be, so that's great. We've got the Kush LG Drive, which just came out on Friday. I mean, God, 3 of these plugins have just come out in the last week. Then we got the Cultue Vulture from Universal Audio. This had to be on the list for sure. This thing's a beast. And then the Black Box from Brainworx, Plugin Alliance. This is kind of what I feel like is the first dual stage kind of tube saturation hardware unit and then subsequently plugin that I'm aware of. I think this is kind of what kicked off this dual saturation kind of craze that we're in. So yeah, this had to be on the list for sure. This is a great sounding box. And then we got another Waves plugin. This thing was no joke when it came out too, and is done in partnership with Abbey Road. So a little extra scrutiny, I think, probably on this plugin. And then yeah, we got Old Faithful, the OG here, the Decapitator. And we're going to try it mainly on A, but maybe we'll get over to, which is the Ampex tube preamp, and then maybe we'll get over to the T, which is the tryout from the Cultue Vulture unit. So yeah, but Decapitator had to be in there. This is kind of the OBG of the group. Been around forever and sounds great. Only other thing that I maybe to note here about this comparison is I've maxed out the upsample on the BB tubes to 8 times, and I'm gonna max out the oversample on the Diamond Dynamic Saturator. So any of these plugins, and these were the only 2 that had any sort of oversampling option, I set it to the max because we want to see what the full sonic capability of the plugin is. So we are working at the highest resolution of all of what these plugins can offer us, and really only 2 are giving us any option. But just so that's on the table. What can I tell you about the mix that we're using real quick? I picked something that isn't overly mixed already. It's just kind of a light, gentle mix. There's no bus compression on it, and very, very little EQ on it. It's pretty wide open. Is mixed to 0 VU, minus 18 dBFS equals 0 VU, and we've got our handy dandy VU meter and peak meter up here so that we can gain match easily if we need to. But yeah, the mix is pretty wide open so that we can hear kind of maybe some of the limiting and compression effects that are happening within these plugins, but nothing else on the bus. We've got no other plugins on our mix bus here. Yeah, let's get rolling. Everything all the time. So the track we're using is Darren Frank Air Intake. Beautiful song. And as you can see, it's pretty wide open. I wanted to use something that was not super mixed and compressed yet. So we have some dynamic range to play with here as well. So this track here is our flat, and as you can see, everything else is clearly labeled at the bottom. So in case I forget to mention which one we're on, you'll be able to hear it. You'll be able to follow along. Okay, so this is our flat, no process. So this is just where the BB tube starts, so we're already getting some gain. Okay, well let's just get this sounding in a place that's like really pleasing to me.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why.
Just a very quick note. The only plugin on here that has auto gain on it is the Decapitator. Isn't that crazy? It's the OG, the old faithful, and it's the only one with auto gain. None of these other ones have it. Mind-boggling.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid.
Okay, that sounds nice to me.
Hey, I got a
nice density, some real weight to it. Yeah, transients just kind of soft limit a little bit. We're getting a little bit of soft limiting compression. Some real nice top end, just on that harshness or any harshness. Not this is an overly bright track, but that's all getting sucked up really nicely into this. Okay, let's move on to the oven. Let's get the oven sitting somewhere we really like it.
I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains, it's running out through my cold veins. It's bigger than
if you're not going to have auto gain, sorry, just to get into like, just to get into some like plugin review stuff. If you're not gonna have an auto gain, give me the bypass right by the output. Like, please. So what I'm feeling with the oven is I'm feeling like I'm not getting that density right off the bat that I'm getting off the BB. And I mean, this thing is a mastering grade saturation box. It's designed to be super transparent and subtle. And I think changing the calibration mode gives us a little bit more of that density. Okay, that sounds good to me. Here we go. The diamonds.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins.
Oh, that bypass is totally broken. Why do I have to use the makeup?
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid.
Okay, that's a weird bypass.
Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Air intake, open up your rib cage. Hey, see the way your heart beats. Keep breathing. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing.
LG Drive.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why.
And this is where the LG Drive is great. They're not giving me auto gain, but they're giving me a really easy way to visually get back to a comparison. Definitely losing some more transients here than sounds nice there though.
Open up your rib cage.
Alright.
See the way your heart beats.
And so the Cultue Vulture, note on the Cultue Vulture, I have whenever this came out, I calibrated it to a clean start, which I think I got from the manual or Thermionic Cultue Vulture's website or something, or the Cultue Vulture actual hardware manual. I can't remember where I got it. So this is calibrated to a clean setting already. We'll try messing around with it a little bit.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time.
And like,
Everything all the time.
these meters are just not great. How can I tell where I'm at? Anyways. And then, yeah, on the Abbey Road here, we have no compander in, no pre, no post EQ, and we're set to the red, which is the tube console. Decapitator. We're just gonna stick to A for right now.
Keep breathing.
Decapitator is gonna be hard because it's made to just crush. So, but you can get it happening a little more subtle. And again, the only one with auto gain. Can't really go far here. Okay, so I've just gone through and I've kind of picked some settings that I like on each one. Okay, so we're on the BB. Oven. So we're definitely getting a little more limiting and compression. Off the BB.
I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why.
A little bit more dynamic here on the oven.
Clean cuts, but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins.
Let's see if we can get the oven to get a little bit more of that. Like, there's so much weight on this BB. There's a real smoothness to the oven. Really, really creamy. Yeah, but some of that compression and soft limiting that we're getting here on this is making this track a little bit more exciting. It feels like it's pushing a little bit harder. We'll see if we can get a little bit of that here. Let's maybe just use our handy dandy. So that's just gonna get us into distortion.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid.
Gas helps us.
Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time. Everything all the time.
So now we're getting some more density out of the oven.
I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why.
I don't really want to change the flow on this thing because that changes
Clean cuts, but the blood stains.
all of it. But we're definitely getting some more density here.
Running out through my cold veins. It's bigger than anyone.
BB.
Better than anything. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean,
The oven.
feeling like a little kid.
Let's take the oven out of out of analog modeling just for a second. Just in case we're getting any sort of phasing that maybe is taking away some of that weight. Doesn't seem to be affecting it though.
Keep breathing. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean.
The BB's just got so much heft to it, so much weight to it, so much dimension.
Hey, I got a new thing.
The oven really it's got like a nice smoothness to it, bit of a polish, a creaminess to it, but is lacking
Everything all the time.
the heft and the dimension that we're getting out of the BB.
On a new plan,
Okay,
but I don't really know why.
so BB versus the diamonds.
Clean cut, air intake.
Okay, so we're on the oven.
Open up your ribcage.
Not on the oven. We're on the BB.
See the way your heart beats.
Diamond.
Keep breathing. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present.
BB.
Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down.
Diamond.
Everything all the time.
Diamond feels like similar to me,
Everything all the time.
similar to the oven to me.
Working on a new plan, but I don't really know why.
It's just so, like, the bottom end on this BB tubes is
Clean cuts
absolutely
for the
incredible.
bloodstains,
Just pay attention to that bass.
running out through my cold veins.
Diamond.
It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening the present.
And maybe we could get that heft with the low shelf. So let's just
Wanna put it down. Air intake. Open up your ribcage.
we broke one of our criteria.
See the way your heart beats. Keep breathing. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing.
That low shelf definitely gets us that heft that we were missing. And I kind of feel this way about all. I think Acustica audio saturation is great. I think it sounds really great. But it always feels a little smeary to me. Kind of the plugins on the whole feel a little smeary to me. In a very pleasing way, not a negative smearing, but
Clean cuts but the bloodstains.
the PB just feels alive.
Out through my cold veins. It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little
Diamond sounds nice though,
opening the present.
but I think the BB here is
A new thing, don't know how to put it down. Air intake.
just bigger.
Open up your ribcage.
The bottom end's incredible. The dimension on it feels incredible.
Beats.
It feels like Same thing with the oven and the dynamic saturator. I feel like the image is a little bit more in front of me. And when I go to the BB, I feel like I'm in it. It's beautiful, and yeah, the limiting, like how it's soft limiting and compressing a little bit on the transients is stunning. Okay. So BB. It just looks like we're driving this LG too hard. Look at the difference in the transients. LG. Clean cuts, but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins. BB. It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything. Running through an open field. Swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Air intake. I like how the LG tightens up here. Open up your rib cage. Okay, we're not even using this. I like how the LG tightens up. It's creamy. But again, this has just got way more heft and weight and dimension to it. And the compression just sounds... The soft limiting and compression is so pleasing. Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Oops, sorry. Clean cuts, but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold. Really tightens it up nicely, but yep. The BB still going here. Okay. Okay. So BB versus Cultue Vulture. See the way your heart beats. Keep breathing. Like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time. BB. Everything all the time. Cultue Vulture. I'm working on a new plan. Cultue Vulture feels like it's got a little more heft to it. Out of the ones we've tried so far, at the bottom end on this feels the biggest. Running out through my cold veins. It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything. From a bottom end perspective, I'd say the Cultue Vulture is the closest. BB has just got all this weight and dynamics and beautiful saturation. This one's a little more 3D than the other two, but it still feels like a little, or other three, sorry, but it still feels like it's a little in front of me. Okay. Black box. Finally, I can fit two up here. Okay.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why.
BB.
Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins.
Maybe we're just a bit too saturated. This feels a little papery to me. Oh, sorry, folks. I do gotta be down here. Oops. Okay. We're on the black box. See the way your heart beats. Keep breathing. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time. I like how the black box is pushing on the transients.
Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why.
It just feels a little more papery to me though.
Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins.
Definitely a little more colored.
It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything.
Okay. BB.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid.
Definitely brings out the top end nicely and stuff.
Hey, I got a new thing. Everything all the time.
BB.
Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan,
That's the Abbey Road.
but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running
BB.
out through my cold veins.
BB's just got so much going for it.
Bigger than anyone.
Again, the heft, the dynamics, the image, like the whole dimension of it is stunning.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how
The red
to
doesn't
put it
sound
down.
bad, but it thins out a little bit. It tightens up the bottom. Gets a little murkier.
Open up your ribcage.
This is just so clean. It's incredible to me.
See the way your heart beats.
It's the BB we're on.
Keep breathing.
Abbey Road.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down.
Yeah.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time.
It's just kind of stunning how much coloration but also clarity there is on the BB here.
But I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains.
It feels subtle when we're bypassing here, but not subtle at all. There's so much being added in such a subtle way.
It's better than anything.
TG, or the Abbey Road, sorry.
Swimming in the ocean, feeling like a
It's a little thinner, even at more conservative settings.
Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down.
Okay. Old Faithful.
Open up your ribcage.
Decapitator.
Hey, see the way your heart beats.
So BB and Decapitator.
Keep breathing. Running through an open field.
We're on the BB now.
Feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it
I mean, the Decapitator is really designed to be instantly punished, so
everything all the
you
time.
can immediately hear the grit.
Everything all the time.
BB,
I'm working on a new plan,
Decapitator.
but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my
BB.
cold veins. It's bigger than anyone.
Decapitator. Let's try the Decapitator on triode.
It's better than anything.
I mean, you can barely push it before it starts to grit up on the triode.
Swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing.
BB,
Don't know how to put it down. Air intake.
Decapitator.
Cage. Hey, see the way your heart beats.
BB,
Keep breathing.
okay.
Running through an open field. Swimming in the ocean.
Well, let's run through them all now.
Little kid, opening a present.
So this is our flat mix.
I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time. Everything all the time.
BB.
I'm working on a new plan.
I like everything about this, the bottom end, the top end, the dimension,
but I
the
don't
weight,
really know why.
the compression, limiting, soft limiting.
Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins.
Oven,
It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything.
diamonds,
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean.
back to the
Like
oven.
a little kid,
Oven feels a little smeary,
present.
lacks a little clarity.
I got a new thing.
We are pushing it
Don't know how
hard.
to put it down.
Diamond,
Air intake. Open up your ribcage.
LG,
See the way your heart beats. Keep breathing.
Cultue Vulture,
Running through an open field. Swimming in the ocean. Feeling like a little kid. Opening a present.
back to diamond,
Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time.
back to the BB.
Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan.
It's a Thermonic. Black box.
Clean cuts but the blood stains it's running out through my cold veins.
BB.
It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything.
Diamond.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like
Cultue
a little
Vulture.
kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing.
Black box.
Don't know how to put it down. Air intake.
Abbey Road.
Open up your rib cage. Hey, see the way your heart beats.
Decapitator.
Keep breathing.
Just instantly gritty and just, I mean, I'm smiling just because it's such a familiar sound, just kind of like hardwired into my brain. Sound of the Decapitator. Wow. So to me, the BB is the winner here in this gentle saturation comparison. And again, let's keep in mind this is totally subjective. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of opinions out there on this, but just as far as like a gentle saturation is going, this is just adding so much. It's incredible.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean.
I really like the thump of the Cultue Vulture.
Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Air intake.
I like how it's working the dynamics.
Open up your rib cage.
But I think if I were to pick number 2, it would probably be the Diamond overall.
Your heart beats.
But I do really like the Cultue Vulture's dynamics and what's happening with the transients.
Swimming in the ocean.
All of the rest of them just seem to really thin out a bit too much. And
Hey, I got a new thing.
we get some grit, we get some paperiness to them, a little bit of thinning in there, and a little bit more top end presence and stuff like that, which, if that's what you're looking for, I mean,
All the time.
I really like low mids, I really like dark,
All the time.
gushy mixes, so that's where my taste is gonna go.
On a new planet.
But I don't feel like it's like the BB is like really living in that world. It seems really clear to me too. That's I think what the separating factor is it just seems so clear.
Through my cold
All of the rest of them, there's like a bit of smeariness to it.
bigger than anyone. It's better than anything.
I feel like less so with the Cultue Vulture, but we lack a little bit of the upper mid stuff.
Feeling like a little kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing.
I do really like the Cultue Vulture.
Put it down. Air intake.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna revise.
Rib cage.
I think I'm gonna go
Hey,
BB,
the way your heart beats.
Cultue Vulture, and then maybe the Diamonds. That's gonna maybe be 2A and 2B.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean.
The Oven sounds great to me too.
Little kid,
I think that'll be my 3rd place.
opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing.
This gets a little, it's really pleasing, but it's a little smeared to me. Okay. Part 2 of the comparison. Now we're going to get into some distortion land and drive these units a little bit. But again, we're not going to blow them up totally. We're not going to push them to total destructo. We're going to push them to a point where it's just a really, really nice breakup happening. Really, I still want it to feel really musical, but definitely a little bit more drive. See how it stands up when we really start pushing it. Again, I'm just going to work through them all really quickly and and then we'll get a comparison going. So here we go. We're gonna start with the BB.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down.
Okay. The oven.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains, it's running out through my cold veins. Bigger than anyone, it's better than anything. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening the present.
The oven doesn't really feel like it wants to do this job, and I don't think it's designed to do this job, but it's in the competition, so we have to make it do this. Okay.
See the way your heart beats. Keep breathing. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time. Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains, it's running out through my cold veins.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of this saturation one. Saturation 2 is really nice.
It's better than anything.
Okay.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean,
LG Drive.
feeling like a little kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Air intake, open up your rib cage. Hey, see the way your heart beats. Keep breathing. Running through an open
Cultue Vulture.
swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time. Everything all the time.
Cultue Vulture. So nice.
I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains, it's running out through my cold veins. It's bigger than anyone,
Okay.
it's better than anything.
Black box.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean,
Abbey Road.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening a present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time, everything all the time.
I'm not sure if the Abbey Road is actually game match, but it's the closest other than the Decapitator, so it's the only one that's not destroying me anytime I turn anything up.
Clean cuts, but the blood stains.
An Old Faithful.
Through my cold veins. It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing, don't know how to put it down. Air intake, open up your rib cage.
Okay.
Hey, see the way your heart beats.
Okay.
Everything all the time,
We're on the BB right now.
everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan,
BB.
but I don't really know why.
The oven. I just don't think the oven's made for this.
Cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins.
Oh, maybe there.
It's bigger than anyone.
It's not really a subtle breakup. It just kind of seems like it's all or nothing with the oven. I feel like we're asking it to do something it doesn't want to do.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean.
Yeah, it just gets full destructo.
Opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing.
It's got some nice grit to it.
Don't know how to put it down. Air intake. Open up your rib cage. Hey,
Flat.
see the way your heart beats.
BB.
Keep
The oven. I just don't. I mean, this isn't. I don't think this is what the oven's built for. It can do it. Well, I think we're asking it to play a game it doesn't want to play. Okay, let's get the diamond up here. Should I just move my screen? I guess I can. Do.
everything all the
BB.
time. Everything all the time.
Diamonds.
I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins. It's bigger than anyone.
Density seems to help this thing.
It's better than anything. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean,
BB.
feeling like a little kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new
Diamonds.
thing, don't know how to put it down.
Again, it just seems to break up a little too easily.
Open up your rib cage,
This still seems to maintain a lot of like integrity and girth, and like
where your heart beats.
the way it breaks up is really, really pleasant.
Keep breathing. Clean cuts but the blood stains.
This BB just sounds absolutely phenomenal.
Everything all the time.
BB and the very massive LG.
I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains, it's running out through my cold veins.
Just thins out too much.
It's bigger than anyone,
BB.
it's better than anything.
Oh, that's LG. Just a little bit too much top end excitement, too much hype happening here. LG. The BB is just crushing in this competition so far. Back to the LG.
Open up your ribcage. Hey, see the way your heart beats. Keep breathing.
Just getting thinner. I just want to totally destructo.
Feeling like a little kid.
Okay. Back to the BB.
Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time.
Cultue Vulture.
Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains, it's running out through my cold veins.
I think the Cultue Vulture is the only thing that's really given this BB a run for its money.
It's better than anything.
Breakup's really nice on this. We still maintain some of the dynamics.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid.
It breaks up really nicely.
In the present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down.
Cultue Vulture.
Air intake.
Let me get a little bit of volume there.
Open up your ribcage. Hey, see the way your heart beats.
It's just crazy how clear the BB is. I know I've said that a million times probably already this evening, but it's really, really clear.
Running through an open field,
Cultue Vulture.
swimming in the ocean.
Breakup on the Cultue Vultures is really nice.
Open in the present. Hey, I got a new. It's running out through my cold veins.
This BB though is something else.
Bigger than anyone. It's better than anything. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid. Open in the present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Air intake. Open up your
Cultue Vulture sounds nice.
Hey,
Get back to the BB.
see the way your heart beats.
Black box.
Keep breathing. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid. Open in the present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Everything all the time. Everything all the time.
BB. No,
Working on a
not
new
matched there.
plan, but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains, it's running out through my cold veins. It's bigger
Black box is holding up in this one. So we're on the BB right now.
It's better than anything.
Still maintain some of that bottom end. And still a sense of dynamics. BB. Actually, pretty impressive. Compared to how it fared in the saturation comparison. This black box sounds pretty nice. BB. It's just the bottom end just separates this BB. And the clarity. Black box. Okay, onto the Abbey Road.
Everything all the time.
So we're on the BB right now.
Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan.
Abbey Road.
But I don't really know why.
Just feels like we get smaller.
It's running out through my cold veins. It's bigger than anyone. It's better than anything.
This breaks up a bit too much.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean.
BB.
Feeling like a little kid, opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down.
Just feels like we get smaller overall. They all just kind of seem to like break up really quickly. Like it's this real middle ground that I find. That's why I didn't want to go full destructo, because things can really do full destructo pretty easily. It's this middle ground where you're living with a little bit of breakup that's really hard to do, I find. This seems to be doing it well so far. Cultue Vulture does it great. The black box seems okay.
Everything all the time. Everything all the time.
But yeah, the Abbey Roads just feels like it gets a little smaller, and it just feels like there's just breaking up a little bit too much on the edges.
Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold
Pleasing though.
veins.
I will say that about the Abbey Road, it is pleasing.
It's bigger than anyone.
This is just ginormous in comparison.
It's better than anything. Running through an open
Okay,
field. Everything all the
so
time.
BB,
Everything all the time. I'm working on a new plan,
Decapitator.
but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains. It's running out through my cold veins. It's bigger than anyone.
BB,
It's better than anything. Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean. Feeling like a little kid, opening the
BB,
present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Air intake.
Decapitator. Decapitator breaks up nice.
Your rib cage. Hey,
Alright, so
everything
BB,
all the time. Everything all the time.
gets a little thin,
Working on a new plan,
but it breaks up really nicely.
but I don't really know why. Clean cut but the blood stains
BB.
running out through my cold veins.
BB is just stunning.
It's bigger than anyone.
Decapitator. Let's try the Decapitator on T.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean. Feeling
Nah,
like
this
a
is
little
getting
kid.
too edgy, probably.
Opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down. Orientate.
BB.
Breathing.
Decap on child.
Through an open field.
Push up too hard there.
Swimming in the ocean. Feeling like a little kid. Opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing.
BB.
Don't know how to put it down.
I'm gonna go back to the Ampex here. Let's run through them from top to bottom here.
Everything all the time.
So fresh, clean mix, flat mix.
Everything all the time.
BB.
I'm working on a new plan.
Oven. I mean, the oven. We're just asking it to do something it doesn't want to do. That's okay.
Clean cuts but the blood stains.
Diamond.
It's running out through my cold veins. It's bigger than
LG Drive.
it's better than anything.
Cultue Vulture.
Running through an open field, swimming in the ocean, feeling like a little kid.
Black Box.
Opening the present. Hey, I got a new thing. Don't know how to put it down.
Abbey Road.
Orientate.
Actually, the Abbey Road doesn't feel bad.
Cage. Hey. See the way your
Back to the BB. Abbey Road.
keep breathing.
And the Decapitator on Ampex on the A.
Swimming in the ocean. Feeling like a little kid.
BB.
In the present.
Oven.
Hey, I got a new thing.
Diamond.
Don't know how to put it down.
LG. Cultue Vulture.
Everything all the time.
Black Box.
Everything all the time.
Abbey Road.
I'm working on a new plan,
Decapitator.
but I don't really know why. Clean cuts but the blood stains.
Alright, let's recap the distortion one. I think for me, again, the BB wins here. As I was saying, going through the distorted ones, I feel like that middle ground is really hard for distortion units in the box to do. I feel like they really break up a little too easily. So you go from kind of a little bit of distortion to a lot of distortion very quickly. And that middle ground's kind of hard to do. And that's kind of where we were trying to live there. And I think the BB just sounds the best. Again, I think again here the next one for me would be the Cultue Vulture. Sounds really nice. That'd be number 2. And then from there, the Diamond sounded good, the Black Box sounded good, Abbey Road sounded good, and the Decapitator sounded good. I'm not sure I could individually rank them or order them, but the Oven, we're just asking it to do something that it's not designed to do. And it was the outlier anyways. It's tube and solid state. So the LG Drive gets really thin, unfortunately, bit harsh, not harsh, but it gets a little bright. And the Black Box was great. The Abbey Road was great. The Decapitator, I mean, hung right in there. OG, still swinging. It's awesome. I love that. But yeah, I think the BB is something else. You can see why there's so much hype for it. It can cover a lot of ground. You can make things just a little bit nicer, or you can really push them. And no doubt, if we were to push that into full destruction mode, it would be great at that as well. Cultue Vulture Universal Audio. They spent a lot of long time developing that plugin. Definitely has paid off. I mean, God, how long has that been out? 7 or 8 years, something like that. Still sounds great. And the Decapitator, how long has that been out? 10, 12, 13 years, something like that. Still sounds great. So yeah, in the saturation, gentle saturation, and in the distortion category, Waves BB tubes and the Universal Audio Thermionic Cultue Vulture 1 and 2. And the Diamond's definitely in there. Decapitator is great. And for gentle saturation, the Oven is really great as well. Anyways, this was a longer one, but super fun, very nerdy. If you're catching this on YouTube and you're enjoying the content, please hit me up with a subscription and turn your notifications on. And I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of comments here on this one. And it's a totally subjective review, so this is based on my tastes. So and who knows, if I missed something, we tried our best to gain match, but this is a subjective review. So, but yeah, I'm curious to hear what people think, and definitely curious to hear maybe about some plugins that I missed in this comparison, because there has to be some that I missed. I mean, but yeah, hit me up with some comments. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed the comparison. It was a lot of fun to do. Playing with saturation is so much fun. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.